My father-in-law announced at Thanksgiving, "We're giving your house to your brother-in-law. You've had it long enough." My husband nodded in agreement. I smiled, took a sip of wine, and said, "Interesting. Since when do you own my house?" The fork my father-in-law was holding clattered to his plate. "We're giving your house to Stephen. You've had it long enough." My father-in-law Richard said it while carving the turkey. Casual, like announcing dessert. Stephen was my husband's younger brother, 32. Never held a job longer than 6 months. My husband Trevor nodded. "It makes sense, babe. Stephen needs it more." I took a sip of wine, set down my glass carefully. "Interesting. Since when do you own my house?" The fork Richard was holding clattered to his plate. "What? My house? The one I bought 3 years before I met Trevor. The one that's solely in my name." Richard's face went red. "Don't be ridiculous. You're married. What's yours is ours." "No, what's mine is mine. We never put Trevor's name on the deed." Trevor's mother Linda chimed in. "That's just a technicality. Marital property only applies to assets acquired during marriage. I bought the house before we met. It's separate property." Silence. I pulled out my phone, opened a document. "This is the deed. See? Only my name. Purchased February 2019. We got married June 2022. Trevor grabbed my phone, stared at the screen. "You never told me it wasn't in both our names. You never asked. You assumed." Richard stood up. "This is unacceptable. Stephen has 2 kids. He needs that house. Then Stephen should buy his own house. He can't afford it. Not my problem." Linda gasped. "How can you be so selfish?" "Selfish? You just tried to give away my house without asking me." Stephen finally spoke up. "I didn't know about this, Dad." I thought what? I looked at him. "That I'd just hand over a $450,000 house because your father demanded it?" Trevor's voice went cold. "If you loved me, you'd do this for my family. If you loved me, you wouldn't ask." I stood up, started gathering my things. "Where are you going?" Trevor demanded. "Home. To my house. That you apparently thought you could give away. We're not done discussing this." "Yes, we are. There's nothing to discuss. It's my house. End of conversation." Richard pointed at me. "You're tearing this family apart." "No, you did that when you tried to steal from me." I walked out. Trevor called 17 times that night. I ignored everyone. The next morning he came home, packed a bag. "I'm staying with my parents until you apologize. I'll be waiting a long time then. You're really choosing a house over our marriage? You chose your brother over your wife." "I'm just protecting what's mine." He left, slammed the door. 3 days later, his attorney called mine. "My client wants to discuss property division. There's nothing to divide. The house is separate property. He has no claim. He's lived there for 2 years, as my guest, not as an owner." The attorney went quiet. "I'll call you back." 2 weeks later, Trevor filed for divorce. I didn't fight it. The judge ruled in my favor. House stays mine. Trevor gets nothing. His family sent hateful messages for months. I blocked them all. Last week, I ran into Stephen at the grocery store. "For what it's worth, I'm sorry. I didn't know Dad was planning that, but you would have taken the house." He looked down. "Yeah, probably. At least you're honest." I left him standing there. Trevor remarried last year, to someone who probably puts his name on everything. Good for her. Me? I still have my house. My beautiful mortgage-free, mine-only house. And every night when I lock the door, I smile. Because nobody can take what belongs to me. Nobody.